meters long, 23 meters wide, 3 full floors. These were the dimensions that God gave to Noah. Direct, clear, and supernaturally specific. The divine order left no room for doubt. Make yourself an ark. And with that voice, one of the greatest works ever accomplished by human hands began. The Bible reveals the size of the ark, its materials, and its purpose. But to transform that order into wood, beams, and structure, Noah had to face gigantic challenges. Challenges that the text doesn't detail, but that any builder of the time would understand. And it all starts with what many ignore: the land. A structure that is 137 meters long cannot be erected just anywhere. It requires ample, firm, stable space away from dangerous slopes and near cypress forests that would serve as raw material. So imagine Noah walking across the land, analyzing the soil, observing the firmness of the earth, the proximity of the trees, the accessibility. No machines, no engineers, no maps, just discernment, practical wisdom, and faith. And when he found the ideal location, he began the first stage. And it was anything but glorious. Remove large stones to uproot deep roots. Level every meter. Compacting the soil to support tons of wood. All with simple tools, but with a determination driven by the Word. But there was something that made the job even more challenging in the pre-flood world: the constant moisture rising from the earth. The Bible explains that a mist was rising from the earth and watering the whole surface of the ground. Genesis 2:6. This means that the soil was often moist by nature, and damp soil can turn to mud. Tools sink. Wood absorbs moisture. The ground becomes vulnerable. So Noah probably needed to dig small channels around the construction site, creating simple diversions so that the natural groundwater wouldn't saturate the work area. It wasn't rain falling from the sky, it was the earth itself releasing moisture. While he was doing this, people walked by and watched. Some people laughed, others whispered, "What's the point of preparing such a gigantic plot of land?" But Noah did not answer, because he didn't build using human logic. He built by following divine instruction. And when the ground finally became firm, flat, and dry enough, a new challenge arose before him: the collection of wood for a colossal structure. The Bible says, "Make the ark of cypress wood." And cypress trees were not small trunks. They were enormous, sturdy, heavy trees, ideal for a project of that magnitude. To fell a tree like that with rudimentary tools, only with strength, patience, and persistence. Take down hundreds? It was a process that required daily discipline. Blow after blow, trunk after trunk, Noah and his sons toiled until the crash of the falling tree echoed through the forest. But the service didn't end there. Moving a giant tree trunk to the construction site required skill. Without wheels, not enough animals, no machines, the solution was the same one used by ancient peoples: wooden rollers. Smaller logs were placed under the larger log. Using ropes and levers, they slowly pulled, moving tons of wood a few meters at a time. As the log moved forward, the rear rollers were repositioned to the front. This is it. Tiring. Risky. But each log carried was another step in building what God had ordained. And Noah continued, because those who have received instruction from God do not work by what they see. They work by what they believe. And while all this was happening, the residents nearby saw this unusual activity. men carrying enormous logs towards a gigantic plot of land. It was natural that many would mock, that others would doubt. But none of this deterred Noah, because he was not motivated by human eyes,